I've seen in any couples, like I've seen relationships where people say they love one another,
Mm-hmm.
and as a result of loving one another, or they claim it is love, and as a result, they tend to overlook some certain things which shouldn't be overlooked. Like they tend to skip some step. They rush into, okay, let's just get ourselves up there to the altar, ignoring some certain things, and that's what we are here to discuss.
So today we are going to be discussing about 6 things that you
Yeah.
must do before you say
Yes, I
I
do.
do.
That is before you get into that marriage, before you get married. So, guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Grace of the Few Grace here. And
I'm Philip of the Free Grace.
so, in today's video, as my husband has said, we'll be discussing 6 major things you must put in place, you need to do, that you must do before you get married, because it will definitely help you. And what's the first thing we are talking about?
The very first thing is have a tough conversation, have a meaningful conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Have don't just have don't let your conversation be on on
Little,
little
on just
things,
things that
on those things
that
that
is pleasing to one
to one
another.
another. See,
Mm-hmm.
have a tough conversation. Have conversation like children,
About
about
children,
children, about sex,
about family
about family
boundaries.
boundaries.
Yes, this
Marriage
or
is more
that.
than color of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
The
more
food
than
that they will eat on that day.
it's more than the joy you are. It's more than, don't let me say the joy. It's more than the laughter you are seeing now,
Now,
because
exactly.
you are going to see more. You see the reality in
Yes.
marriage.
Discuss about children, discuss about
In fact, discuss about past life.
yes, discuss about your past life, and that will lead us to the second thing. Just the way you have said that, discuss about past life, that will lead us to talking about the second thing you need to actually do, like you must do, you must put in place before you say you want to get married.
I want to
And
move to
is
the next
you,
step.
yes, is you healing of your past traumas. You need
Yes.
to discuss with your partner about things you've experienced in the past, your past
Mm-hmm.
relationship, either it was broken by you or broken by the partner that you were with. You need to discuss those things. You need to discuss about your growing up.
In fact, you need to discuss on how you healed
Mm-hmm.
about that past
Relationship,
relationship,
yes.
because all this will help the relationship you have now to get stronger
Stronger,
and better.
and also to avoid the mistake you've
You
experienced in your
experienced
past
before.
relationship. And also, there are some set of people that have experienced things while growing up.
Yes,
Maybe they've been molested by adults,
exactly.
maybe they've just gone through some things that could actually shape or affect their mentality of what marriage is like, or what marriage should be.
Should be.
So these are things you must discuss with your partner. Find peace with yourself and try as much as possible to discuss with your partner, because this marital journey is something that should be together, and you need to heal together. You can't be secluded on your own or be to yourself and expect to just heal yourself, come out from your shell and come with your partner again. You need to discuss things together and heal together.
So the third thing I want us to consider is know God personally. Know
Hmm.
God for yourself.
Yeah,
Know
yeah,
God for
yeah.
yourself, because if you did not know God on your own, on a personal level, that means that you will need a prophet, you will need a pastor, you will need someone to
To
tell you,
rely
to rely
on.
on, or to tell you what to do in your marriage. And
Exactly.
you not knowing God will be a yardstick for you not to get a vision for you,
For
for
yourself or
yourself
for your
from God.
marriage.
So
When there are situations in marriage when things get confusing.
mhm,
Yes, I we might be young in marriage, but then at least we've used almost 3 years that we can tell you that there are situations where things will get confusing.
confused and
So situations like that, you want to walk up to your pastor to begin to say, okay, this is what I am experiencing. Yes, there are times you need to consult men of God, yeah, but then there are situations where you just need to call God personally and invite God into that situation. Okay, you can be having misunderstanding with your husband, with your wife, and situation like that, you just want to call God into it, that God, let this person I'm discussing this thing with, let my husband understand what I'm discussing. You can't go and meet a pastor that, good morning pastor, I'm discussing something with my husband, he does not understand, and it's,
at the end of the day, it might even escalate more.
yes, it can escalate more than it should be, something you should have just discussed with God personally. So that's why we're telling you, one thing you must do is that know
Oh
God
God,
for
self
yourself.
on a
Because
personal
on a
level.
personal level, if you know your God, you will be strong, and it will be easy for you to do
You
exploits
know, the
maritally.
Bible says those that know their God.
Shall be strong and they shall do exploit. So you need to know your God. It's good you know God together, but what we are saying is on a personal level, that you knowing your own God and working with God.
The fourth thing I want us to consider is get wise counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my question for you is, who is counseling you? Who is mentoring you? Who is putting you through? Who is guiding you? If you don't have a good counsel, if you do not have someone that guides you, that have gone ahead
Ahead
of
of
you
you,
to
yeah.
show you the way, to make sure that your feet doesn't dash the stone, as the psalm said. If you do not get that kind of person to guide you, then you will get so many wounds on your body, you get so many scars on your body on that journey
Yes.
of marriage. So if you want a good marriage, you have to get a good
Counsel.
mentor.
Even Proverbs 11 verse 14 says, wise counsels bring safety.
Mm-hmm.
So if for you to be safe, the essence of mentorship, of counseling is for you to be safe, because you are getting this mentorship and counseling from people that have gone
Ahead
ahead
of
of you,
you.
that have more experience than you do, that probably have experienced what you would probably experience in marriage or your relationship, so they can give you counsel on what to do, steps to take, and how things can get better, or how to prevent some issues from occurring. The fifth thing we'll be talking about that you must put in place before marriage is you being honest about red flag. You see, on this YouTube channel, there's something we always hammer, which is never ignore red flags. Be honest about red flags in a relationship. I've always told you, red flags are not a thing for you to break up your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They are just things for you to discover. So when you discover these red flags, what do you do about them? Do you flare up? Do you try as much as possible to just settle things between one another and try to be honest about it? Talk it out. There are situations where you notice red flag and you just talk it out, discuss it with one another, and ensure that, okay, things like that are trashed out, so that by the time you get married it doesn't occur.
And one thing about this red flag is that once you see them, you trash it out. Once you notice that the person is not changing and
Mm-hmm.
you've given it times, it has occur and reoccur
And
again,
reoccur.
please, I beg you in the name of God, a broken relationship
Is
is
better
better
than a
than a
broken
broken
marriage.
marriage.
Babe,
So
even someone that has a mentor like that
mhm,
would get a good counsel on what to do in situation where you have a partner that you've corrected multiple times
times.
and is not even willing to change, and is still just taking the same step that you are discussing over and over and again. So rather than changing, they keep telling you sorry, sorry, sorry. That's even the reason why you need
A mentor.
mentor. You said something, that get wise counsel, which is very, very important.
So the last thing we'll be talking about in today's video is understand that marriage is ministry.
Mm-hmm.
See, marriage as it is a journey, and it's a journey that you know the beginning and the ending
You don't
you
know.
don't know. And understand that marriage has to come with growth. As the partner, both of you, you are both growing.
Growing
You should
together,
grow. If you are not growing, if one is growing and the other is not growing,
it will cause a bridge,
they will
or there'll be lapses.
exactly.
And you need to understand that marriage is a covenant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something you just jump into and you say you want to jump right out. So as a result, you need to understand that before you finally say yes you want to do, or yes you want to, on the altar, before you say yes I do, try as much as possible to understand what is in it for you,
Mm-hmm.
because it comes with sacrifices, it comes with lot of things. So are you even ready for it? So you need to understand that marriage is a ministry on its own, and before you can step into it, try as much as possible to ensure you are ready for it.
We come to the end of today's video, and I believe that we've got one or two
You
points, and
Yes.
I want you to know that marriage is a beautiful thing,
Yeah, it's a
and we
beautiful
want you to work
thing.
into it with
with
a lot of
wisdom.
wisdom
Hmm.
and a lot of wisdom and knowledge, so that when you go into it, you have your guidelines, you
Hmm.
have what thing, you have your map, you have things you want to walk by.
You want to work by, you want to work on, and you want to work towards.
Mm-hmm.
And in as much as that, though there will be challenges, there will be situations, but
That
you
is
getting
normal.
prepared for it, just those things we've mentioned, knowing God personally, having mentors, getting wise counsels, discussing red flags, you preparing for it would help you navigate some certain situations with God's wisdom. So that's the end of our video. See you guys in our next video. Please do ensure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch videos, go back and check videos. There are a lot of things we've discussed and you want to watch them. Till we meet again, we want you to keep trusting God, keep believing in God, keep praying for your future partner, pray for yourself, and we hope you have a good one. See you guys in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.